Graduating class of 2026, salute to you, your family, your friends, and all those who have supported you on this journey. Surely you did not end up here by mistake. It takes hard work, it takes sacrifice, it takes dedication, it takes a made up mind to get to this point. I want to speak to you from the topic of maximize your life. Maximize your life. In order to maximize something, you must make the most effective use of it. And a few years ago, I bought a smartphone. I was doing the normal things you do with a smartphone, taking pictures, sending emails, making phone calls, sending text messages, things of the such, especially FaceTime if you're an iPhone user. For Android, I don't know what y'all do for FaceTime, but I was doing those simple things. Then one random day, a friend of mine began to show me all these different features that my phone could actually do. I wasn't aware of it. I could scan documents, certain apps and programs that I can actually do directly through my phone. As I reflected on that, I realized something important, that I had not been using my phone in its most effective way. I had not been maximizing my phone. You know, when you think about it, many people live their lives that way. You know, don't chase their dreams, don't go after, the things that are on their heart. They waste their time, stay in relationships too long, worry about things that are outside of their control. They simply don't maximize their life. And I want to encourage you to do the opposite, to go about it the right way by maximizing your life. See, today, in this moment that you're listening to this video, it's not about just getting a diploma, getting a degree. It's about recognizing the incredible potential that's in you. It exists in you already. It's not something that you have to go after, something that you have to attain. It is already in you. You just have to be willing and committed to seeing it through. The challenge before you is not simply to live. It's not just to wake up, work hard. No, it's to maximize your life. That's the challenge. It's easy to just kind of get caught up in the hamster wheel. It's easy to put our eyes on other people, and either by way of inspiration or by way of coveting, to start to try to do what others are doing. And that's a problem. You don't want to spend your life, your years, operating at a fraction of your capacity when you are created for so much more. There are 3 tools I want to put in your tool bag today as you journey in life, as you commit to maximizing your life. I want to leave you with 3 tools to put in your tool bag. The first tool is faith. The Bible says we've all been given a measure of faith. I want to encourage you with that measure of faith to invest that faith in Jesus. I know the world we live in. I live in this world. I know the mocking, the persecution, the disdain, the controversial conversations, that all center around Jesus, believing in Jesus, following Jesus. But what I want to encourage you to do is invest your measure of faith in Jesus. Having this faith in Jesus will take you further than anything that you can attain in this world. Anything that you can attain in this world. And I'll leave you with this one thing in connection with that. The Bible says in 1 Peter 1 that Christ is our living hope. And because he lives, our hope in him lives forever. When you invest your faith in him, your faith will grow, your hope will grow, your life will flourish. And even during the ups and downs of life, your faith will press you through because you've invested it in the one who's conquered the world. All right, the second tool I want you to have in your tool bag is identity. There's so many things that we can identify as in this world, but what's important is to know what your qualities are, what your values are, what your beliefs are, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. It's important for you to know who you are as you maximize your life. In order for you to maximize your life, you must know who you are, what you desire to achieve. Because if you're not aware of who you are, you'll end up taking on someone else's identity and it won't fit you. It'll be like putting the left shoe on your right foot. It won't fit you because it's not who you are. You have to know who you are in order to maximize your life. So faith, identity, these two things in your tool bag. The last one is work. Every person must be willing to work. I know, there can be a lot of pessimistic ideas and harsh frameworks around working, especially here in America, to where, a lot of people don't want to do the 40 hours. There's just a lot of things you can talk about. But the truth of the matter is, work is a beautiful thing. We were created to work. The Bible says that God rested from his work. Him being God, his work is different from ours because he's manufacturing, he's creating everything. Now he creates us to now work in his universe. And it's not a bad thing. We get to be creative with the Creator's work. We get to go out and be passionate about the work that we create. But the truth of the matter is, in order to maximize our lives, we have to work. Nothing comes for free. Nothing comes easy. Maximizing our life, going forward in life, pushing the needle forward, changing the world, inspiring others, standing out, being number one, being in the top 5, being in the top 10, being in the top percentile. It all requires work. So 3 things to have in your tool bag as you go day by day, even moment by moment: faith, identity, and work. All right. With that being said, I want to kind of close out with this. Years ago, a nurse who had spent most of her life caring for people in their final days was asked a simple question: what do people most regret at the end of their lives? She didn't say they regretted failing. She didn't say they regretted taking risks. She didn't say they regretted trying and coming up short. She said their greatest regret was often the life that they didn't live, the opportunities that they didn't pursue, the words that they didn't say, the dreams that they didn't chase, and the potential they left unused. See, the goal is not to have the easiest life, the safest life, or even the most successful life. The goal is to have a life that is fully lived. That's the goal. So, what I want to encourage you, graduating class of 2026, your friends and your family and everyone that listens to this video, is to dream boldly, to love deeply, to serve generously, to learn continuously. Take the chance, make that call, start the business, write the book, share your faith, be the leader, be the difference. Whatever you do, maximize the opportunity before you with all your heart, giving your very best as an offering to God. Congratulations, class of 2026. Always remember, there's hope.